Hey everyone, Shaber 1000 here. As you can tell by the title, we've got another traction engine here. We're going to open this up and we'll check it out, probably see what it needs and try to fire it up maybe. And also, we're going to figure out how to date this and tell what year it is in the vicinity. So, stick around. Let's open this up. Let's check it out. See what we got. Okay guys, so sorry about the noise in the background, but the air conditioner's on. Again, we're getting a lot of heat and a lot of rain. So found this on eBay, 40 bucks. So I didn't make an offer or anything, I just gave 40 bucks for it because these things are well worth 40 bucks. So they're going, you know, depending on what shape they're in and stuff, they're going around 100 bucks. So yeah, that's a pretty good deal. Monkey's been outside cleaning up the camper, as you guys could tell from my last video, short video. It wasn't a short, but it was a short video. But yeah, we're gonna get this thing dated within 2 years guaranteed. Wow. Okay. Oh no. Packing peanuts. Oh man. These remind me of the cheddar cheese, what are they called? It's cheddar cheese, Chester cheetah, cheesy poofs, whatever. Oh no. I thought about cutting down the side, I'm glad I didn't now. At least it is well packaged. Oh my god. Hang on guys, let me clean this up. Okay guys, we're back. Yeah, very nicely packaged. Man, look at packing peanuts everywhere. I still haven't changed the blade in this yet. I just keep flipping it over. It's fairly complete. Of course, it does not have the canopy on it, and it doesn't have the scuttle box. That's okay. You can still buy them. I bought one for my other one there. It does have a band on it. Okay, it's not locked up. Alright. It's got a whistle on it here. Okay, so I think this is a 1965 or 66. I'll tell you why I think that. So, man. These came out in 1963, and when they did, like this roller here, Mikey calls it the rolly, it was put together with brass screws and nuts. I had to put these in here because the the original brass ones got stuck and they broke. So I put stainless steel in here. Alright. Now, they came out with these in 1963. The TE1s, alright? This is a TE1A, alright? Now, they're similar, except I put the tires on mine, or on my other one. They're similar. The whistle's different. This one's all original. This one's all original except the tires and the scuttle box. But as you can see, it also has the rivets on it. Okay, so in 1965, I got this all brought up here. Shoot. So I found it. So in 1965, they came out with the rivets. Wait a minute. Yeah, they came out with pop rivets in 1965. Okay? And the replacement of the exhaust throttle, which is right here. See, it comes up out of this pipe, goes into the engine, and exhausts out here. And this is your exhaust throttle. Okay? Alright? Now, in 1967, they went to the reversing handle here. Forward, and there's reverse, and of course neutral. And they ran the exhaust to come out here. Alright? They ran the exhaust into the stack. They did that in 1967. Now, so this would have to be between the years 65 and 66, because they went to the rivets in 1965, and in 1967 they put the reversing lever on here. This one doesn't have it. It still has the exhaust throttle on it. This is your throttle instead of up there. So, as you can tell, so it's between it's either a 1965 or 1966. We know it can't be a 64 because it would still have bolts in it, right? And we know it can't be a 67 because it would have this throttle on it. So that leaves them 2 years out. That leaves 65 and 66. So this is between a 1965 and 1966. So like I said, now this, it's not locked up. That's good, because I think it was the roller, wasn't it? The steam roller over there that we unlocked. It was locked up. So, and here is the pressure relief valve. We're going to check it. Okay, it was a little stuck, not bad though. Alright, so that'll work. I was just checking the gasket. Now this is the original plug for this. So, and there's a gasket on there. What you do, you'll see when we get ready, we'll fill it up here, and when it starts coming out here, that's when we know it's full. That's about 3/4 full. But what we're going to do is I'm going to go get my little pliers, and we're going to take this little bolt out here, And we're going to take this off and we're going to clean the piston and the cylinder. Okay, so like I said, there's this little bolt right here. We're going to take this little bolt out. Hopefully. If it doesn't want to come out, I'm not going to force it, because I don't want to break it. And it came loose. Good. Okay, so let's take this bolt out. And we're gonna, like I said, we're just gonna clean that piston up with some real fine steel wool. And I'll show you how to tell if this thing's gonna have compression or not, in case you didn't see the one on the roller over there. Okay, so let's set this over here out of the way. We're gonna set this over here. It's a little crusty, but how you can tell is you pull that off, it just pretty much comes, you know, right out. Now, if you cover up these holes, these two little holes here, if you cover them up, this thing should pop. Okay, so it should do that. If it doesn't, then you know it's got a lot of wear, because if you pull it out, it'll make it, you know, it's always going to make that little slight little that noise. But if you put your fingers over the holes and you hear that loud noise, you know you're good to go. So I'm going to chalk this up in the drill. I'll show you all that. And then this I'm going to clean out the same way. I'm going to use a little oil, and then we'll put it back together, and we're going to see if this thing runs. It should really. This, you know, it's the only thing that could be wrong with it, you know. So hang tight, guys. Okay guys, so I'm just gonna chuck this up in my little drill here. Alright, now I'm going to put a little bit of WD-40 on here, and just take this, the finest steel wool you can get, because you don't want to take any material off at all. You just want to clean that up until it's nice and gold color. Doesn't take long. And I'm going to call it there. Now if you want, you can clean this up too. Alright. Now on this, like I said, you can clean this up with some fine steel wool. This I'm just gonna take me off some of this. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put that down in there, and I'm just going to twist that around. But what I'm going to do to make it easier is I'm going to unchuck this. Alright. In fact, let's go ahead, let's just clean this off a little bit more. Clean this end up, make it look a little nicer. Okay, so now I'm going to get me a Q-tip, cotton bud. Okay, now I'm just going to try to get this wrapped around a little bit. I may have to get some more off of there. Just try to get this wrapped around there just a little bit. We're going to put a little bit of oil in here. Doesn't take a lot. This should do what we need it to do, and we're going to chuck this up in the drill. Now I need to get it a little bit, get it on there a little bit better. Okay, this Q-tip is not going to work. That's okay. We can still clean it out. I mean, there it goes. Just like this. Same way, a little bit. Just like that. Now here, I'm just going to clean that off a little bit so it makes a decent seal. Same way with this here, just where right there it rubs on it. There. Now, and like I said, you can clean this up if you want, you know, but I'm going to make sure it's clean down inside. Here's got a flashlight right here. I know you're not going to be able to see inside, but I can see. Very nice. No scoring at all, so that's good. Very, very little. It's been run a little bit, but not a lot. So, all right. Now, let me get a, let's see, I'll just use this. Kind of clean that out a little bit. I mean, it's going to get oily anyway, so. Alright, so there's that. Now we're going to put this back together. Put this also, again, you know, still feels a little crunchy right in there. So I may spend a little bit more time with it, but again, it's how easy that pulls out. But you cover up both them holes. Actually, I can feel it pushing through, but and you'll hear that pop. If you don't hear that pop and it's something like that, it's probably not going to run for you. Okay, so let's see. It does feel a little crunchy down there where it's been sitting for a while. So I'm going to go ahead and hone this out a little bit more, and then I'll kick you guys back on. Okay, I honed it out for, I don't know, 10, maybe 20 seconds more, and that's a lot better. So take a little bit of this oil we have here. This is just 90 weight. We're going to put a little bit on here. There we go, just enough to coat it. There we go. And I'm going to put a little bit on here. Just like that. Put a little bit crankshaft. We'll put our piston back on. This is where it can get tricky because it's got that spring on it. So make sure you got it lined up good. There we go. But you can also, I got to do this right-handed, I'm sorry guys. You can also start them if you're having trouble. Push that in there, push your bolt all the way in against that spring. Get that out of the way. Just like that. Now that it's started, you can put it on your crank. You may have to loosen a little bit. There we go. Now we're going to tighten this up. And I've got to get my, again, I'm just going to put a little bit more oil down in here. Just like that. Get my scuttle box over here. And I forgot to get my fuel out, which is just denatured alcohol. There we go. Let's take this off first. Man, that hasn't been running a long time. Look at that. Which probably won't run it, but okay, so let's get a little bit of oil in between here and there, in between there and on there. Anything that moves like that. So again, 1965 or 66, excuse me, 66. Very good condition. And see, it doesn't, when I close that off, it doesn't want to turn. When I open it up, it will turn. Okay, so we're going to turn this off. I am just, you know, to be safe, I'm going to put a little bit of oil on this pressure relief valve. And I'm going to put some up on top too, where that rubber gasket is. Might bring that rubber gasket back around. Okay, so that's good. Alright, so now let's get we'll get our scuttle box or burner. I need to get something to clean them holes out. Stick down in them holes. But here's now this scuttle box will fit right on there, just like that. So awesome. Let me get this cleaned up, and then we'll get to filling this thing up. It's already oiled, and then we'll fill it up with some water. We'll fire it up and see if this thing will start. Okay guys, so I just filled it up with water. I don't know how much recording I was doing, and I filled the burner up with denatured alcohol, okay, which is methylated spirits. Now I gotta go get our, you know, like I said, I filled this up with boiling water. What you do is you take that plug out of the back, and that little plug, you start filling it up with water up here, and when it starts to come out, then you know you're full. Don't put any more in it, because you know, you want this about 3/4 full. So, but what we're going to do is I gotta go get my lighter, and then this is going to go in here like this, and we're going to let it get warmed up, and then we'll see if it'll run. And if it does, which it should, there's not much can go wrong with these, we'll put this band on here and take it outside and see if we can see if it'll drive. So is a way you can tighten them up. I tightened up the other one, but yeah, it's on there. You know, to hold the steering, because it has a rod that comes down up out of here. That way you can steer it while it's running. There, we'll do something like that. That'll be good enough. Because I don't think this man is going to run it anymore. But I mean, we'll try it, right? Let me get my lighter. Okay, we're back. I'm going to light this up. Gotta be careful, because you can't hardly see these things when they're lit. I can see it, but I'm sure the yeah, you can see it. So we're going to put this in here, And we got the whistle closed. And like I said, that's boiling water I added in there, so it shouldn't take too awful long to get this thing going. And again, this is our exhaust throttle, so it blocks off the throttle a little bit. It blocks off the exhaust a little bit at a time, and that's what gives you your throttle, to where on the other ones it blocks off how much steam is going in to the motor. So let's go ahead and we'll let this heat up, and we'll see if it'll start. Okay guys, it's been, I don't know, about 3 minutes now. I see some bubbling up here at the pop-off valve, so let's check the whistle. Man, that thing's shrill. Alright, let's turn this on and see if the engine will start. And there it goes. And this is how, again, up here, this is how you can throttle it up or down. Look at that thing. Amazing. This thing's older than I am. I looked at Monkey, she looked weird at me. Yeah, so this thing is 60 years old. It could be 59. I said the tractor.
No.
A little bit of a knock in it, but I'm not real concerned about it. Alright, get her going again here. There we go. That is running smooth, man. I do see I'm going to have to put a new rubber on the pop-off valve. But man, that thing runs nice. So let's put this on here. Alright. Now I'm gonna change your battery and put you down on the floor, and let's see if this thing will run. Let me let it run a little bit so we're not building up too much pressure or too much water in it. Come on. Oh, it's because I got this on there. So it might not pull it, but we'll see. So let me get your battery changed. Okay guys, let's give it a shot and see if it'll run. Come on. Whoops. Alright, let's let it build up a little bit more pressure. Because I think I'm losing a lot of pressure there at that at the pop-off valve. And I'm going to put you down here a little bit lower. Well, I guess you guys can see alright there. Alright, I'll put you down a little bit lower. Hang tight. Alright, let's try it again. Well, we know it runs. I just think I'm losing a lot of... I'll probably have to put a seal up there on that. Let's let it build up a little bit more. Okay guys, we're going to try this again. I changed the pop-off valve. Whoa, there it goes. So it runs and it runs well. And of course it does have the steam that comes out of the stack. It just comes in through here now. Sorry, monkey, it's steam.
That's old.
Huh?
That's old.
Yeah, I was telling them it's a 65 or 66. When you watch a video, you'll see how I know that for sure. Say it a little louder. She said if it's a 66, that's when she was born, so you know.
That's cute.
That sounds good. Don't it?
Yeah.
So we need to get a canopy for this one, huh, Mama?
Yeah. It's kind of not though. Sometimes you can't see them better. That's really cute.
See the steam coming out of the stack?
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright guys, so there it is. Already blew the fire out. So yeah, it can run pretty slow. That's cool. And then of course it'll run fast, but I like to see them running slower. That is too cool. This is running what steam is in what's left in the boiler there. So alright guys, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Shea Bear, the Myth, Man, Legend, gone for now. 65 or 66. Pretty cool. Thanks guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe everyone.